never do vlogs like this, but I just filmed a vlog of going to the New Garden Plaza or whatever for the opening of the Morphe store with Jeffree, and this is what happened.
Been here for about 4 hours and we moved halfway through. They're not timing people like for how long they've been in the store, so like people will be in the store literally for like an hour and they're not being kicked out at all, so we're like not moving in line at all. Didn't get the thing to meet Jeffree. It's okay, maybe we'll see him, but like I know he's literally right over there and we can't even like look at him because he's not coming down, he's not saying hi to people, he's only in like the meet and greet area. Maybe we'll at least get into Morphe to shop. Having so much fun, it's great, but like I've been in one location for over an hour. I've been here 7:30 in the morning, it's almost 12 o'clock, like we barely moved. We have to have people hold spots in line to run to go get food and stuff, like we're hungry. It's so disorganized inside, like anyone can stay in as long as they want so that no one else can get into the store. I really don't think it's Jeffree, like it's really like the people being disorganized, because like you would submit something to like possibly meet him, but anyone could come down to still get into the Morphe store. He said everyone come down, there's literally like thousands, so like you're gonna come and meet him. Like they should have given you a list like you can come and you can't, but like he just said everyone, and like, oh, if you don't meet me, like you can still come on down, like you can still shop, but like they're not timing the shopping, and it's like, oh, we'll get more people to meet me, but like no one's even meeting him yet. And like I really don't think it's like him, like even though he's getting his makeup done and stuff and like not meeting people, like I just really think it's just everything being too disorganized. Like no one's even shopping right now because like no one will leave the store that was there since the beginning. A girl that I met, she said that they asked like one of the people like if they would even be able to like get up there and like be in the store, because like he's sometimes walking around the store or whatever, or like just be able to shop. And they're like, from where you're standing, like it's gonna take forever. And, like people are saying Jeffree's leaving at 1:30 or like 1, that's when he's supposed to. Then some people are like now saying it's 3, so like that's good if he stays longer because there's so many people, but like no one's even getting in the store to shop. Like all the way back here, like we dead ass be here until like 6 o'clock just to shop, and we came from 2 hours away. Got here right when the line opened and we were like blocks and blocks behind the mall. So, and any worker that I've asked, or like person, security guard, like they don't know anything, like they're not saying anything. The only like information I'm finding out is people who like I met whose friends are staying up in front of the line, like they would go up, find, like give us back their observations, like what was happening and what they would hear up there, but like back in the line, like no one's hearing anything at all. Like only the front of the line people like know what the fuck's happening, so like that's how I know. Should at least like let lots of people in at a time them, and then take them out. Like it's literally 5 people at a time whenever they feel like it coming out, they'll let someone else in. Everyone expected him to like kind of come and just at least walk down the corridors. That would have taken him like 5 minutes max, and he would have been, there's so many security guards, so like he could have been guarded completely fine. There's no one in here that's actually like really crazy, like jumping and fighting at people really, so he literally would have been fine. He would have been guarded like you, and it just seems like a Jeffree thing to do, to like just want to meet everyone, and like he didn't even come out. Like maybe he wasn't allowed to. So basically we're just gonna go and like take a look. We maybe walked through like 3/4 of it. So like here's the line, and like people have to stay behind the blue line, they keep yelling at you. But we're like around here, and this is like maybe kind of close now. Like there were so many wraparound, like there were literally 4 whole different like quarters that we're past, and we're past like the closest one. Morphe's right there, but like it wraps all the way around, and like they're literally not letting anyone in. I want to see how close we can get to it though. It literally takes 2 minutes just to walk like around the line, like just from where it start to finish, literally like walking itself without pushing through people. It's like literally 2 minutes, I'm not even kidding.
Let's see if we can see him.
I want to see if I can see him. I see some of like the workers out, but not him. So basically we just tried to get a look of like, just to see how they're letting people in. We were out of the way from everyone. Like we weren't even like standing near the line. Like we weren't even allowed to like look to see like what they were doing. Like I just wanted to see how they were letting people in, because the line's not moving at all. They're like holding it. So we went over, we were behind the whole line, like so far from everyone. And then the security guard came and they're like, you can't stand in the middle of the mall, you have to be moving. didn't realize I couldn't stop to look around the mall. Like, we literally got in trouble and were told to leave because we stopped and looked from on the other side of the mall. Like, we're on this side and the store is all the way over here, and we stopped all the way at the end and he yelled at us. So I'm actually really excited now because he came out a few times, and we didn't really see him well, but he was like out right outside the Morphe store, and we're so close now. I don't know, it's like right back there past Hollister, and yeah, the line was not moving at all for like literally an hour and a half. I was so fed up. Like, everyone was fed up. Like, it was not organized at all. Like, it's still not the most organized, but like now it's like actually like moving through. Jeffree's gonna stay longer, and like I've met so many people. Like, it's so much fun. I was a little salty before because a girl was tired and hungry with no food and water, but we found some. I was 100% confident like he would come out and say something and have security guard around him, like, and I'd be safe. But once they even took out a camera, once they took out a camera from like the Morphe store with Jeffree, like loads of people just ran right to. Like, if that was actually Jeffree, he literally would have been stumbled upon. Like, everyone thought he would have been fine, but like obviously, like, if he had security, like, he wouldn't have been. So we waited for 7.5 hours and we weren't even close to getting in, and we have to be somewhere, and like 7.5 hours in line is a lot to wait. We had to leave, like, we're gonna be late somewhere. It was just very disorganized, and it's definitely nothing on Jeffree's part. Like, Jeffree's taking a break right now, but he's been doing meet and greets for like 3 hours straight. They weren't timing people. It was nothing to do with Jeffree. It's the whole, I feel like, staff managing it. Like, they should have definitely been like timed limits you can be in there, because people would spend hours in there and they could only let in a certain amount at a time, like probably around like 25, 50. It's not a huge store, but we're outside right now just kind of waiting because people think Jeffree might come out. There's a bunch of people because we're in New Jersey, but we don't live around here, and everyone's like waiting. They have these cute like the Jeffree thing, the Jeffree mirrors, and they're like, welcome back to New Jersey. So we're just kind of sitting here for a few minutes seeing what happens, but then we're gonna have to leave because we're gonna be late getting back home because we've been here for 7.5 hours. But I wouldn't take back waiting, I guess. It was just horrible waiting in line that whole time. I at least got to experience it. I got to meet really cool people. I got to see really, really fun energy, get really close to my friends. And I'd rather be able to experience this and share this and then not share anything at all. But the issue was people in the Morphe store would stay there for hours waiting for him to come out. So that's why I just felt like they should have timed things, because by Jeffree like going in the back, like people wouldn't come out. But like, yet again, that's not his fault. Like, he's there to meet specific people, and if you were on, like, maybe you could see him here and there. Like, we heard the ribbon cutting ceremony. I didn't get to see it because it was up close really front, but we got to hear. There's everyone waiting for Jeffree right now, just in case he comes out. We got to hear it, and that was really, really cool. And I literally had the biggest anxiety over that. Like, I thought I was gonna meet him, so like I was really just off the wall, but waiting in there for him to come out, but he's not gonna come out. And so then they're taking up space in the store for everyone to come out. Like, that's taking up space in the store for new people to get in. So we've been there for 7 hours, didn't get in because people are still waiting for him to come out, and they can't kick the people out, which I felt like they should have done, like, no more than 25-30 minutes in the store. Because, like, I mean, if you're going to the grand opening of a Morphe store, like, you kind of know what Morphe already offers, so you would go to products that, like, you'd want to buy. So, well, I met really, really cool people. I met other makeup artists. I met people from, like, around the area, because we're not from the area it was in, and we got really cool pictures. We got to hear Jeffree, kind of. We got to hear chants. We got to, like, know, like, oh, he's right there. We saw the ribbon cutting ceremony, like, on Snapchat, but like it was right from kind of where we were, so like at least we got to experience that. I'd rather have gone and not like experience what I wanted to experience than like not go and then like wonder what could have happened, because I still met really cool people. I still had so many laughs and like got to bond with people, and it wasn't like excruciating heat or anything like that. I'm just kind of like, I didn't end up, I waited in line and nothing happened, but I got to do a bunch of other cool stuff, like what you do waiting in line, I guess. And I got to like kind of hear Jeffree, so like that was cool, but I wanted to like actually go buy Morphe stuff.
But it was, again, like, I'm not shading Jeffree in any way. Like, I don't think any of this was his fault. Like, that is so much stress to be under. He did not run this. Like, this is Morphe running it. And, like, the workers at Morphe, like, they were so kind, too. They were so sweet. No one was rude. No one was throwing shade. Like, they were all so nice and sweet. I think they were being too nice and sweet was the issue. Like, they were being too nice on letting people stay in the store. They're being too nice and not, like, kicking people out when people would be in there sitting for hours, like, waiting for Jeffree when they wouldn't even buy anything, and then no one could get in when you're waiting there for 7 hours, not even close. Like, I think they were being too nice, which I'd rather have that than being mean, because there wasn't any really bad experience other than, like, being tired off my ass. I literally almost fell asleep on the ground, but, like, the line to meet him wasn't the line to get into Morphe. People would just stay in Morphe just in case he peeked his head out, and, like, it's kind of just disrespectful, I think. Other than that, like, I'd rather have gone and experienced it than, like, wondered what would have happened. Staff was way too nice on just letting people stay in, and that was the whole issue, really. But met the coolest people, got followers on Instagram, got cool pics for Instagram, so wouldn't take that back. I just really want to emphasize that Jeffree was great. You know, like, he tried coming out as much as he could, and at first I was kind of annoyed because there were lines and lines of us, and I was like, why didn't he just have his bodyguards surround him and come around and just kind of, like, wave or whatever? But, like, someone took out a camera that was from the Morphe store, like, one of the Morphe workers, and they're, like, kind of just showing around, and swarms of people just ran and, like, were all over them. So if Jeffree came out, like, they had security holding people back, so, like, it makes sense, like, for his safety. He was doing so much. He was being so good with the people. The annoying thing was Morphe itself, not Jeffree at all. He did great. I'm not upset that, I'm upset I didn't get to meet him, but, you know, like, it is what it is. Like, it was a raffle, like, so I didn't expect exactly to meet him, but I was so happy just being able to hear him kind of from where I was. I didn't get much footage of that, but there was a ribbon cutting ceremony, and I was, like, freaking out. I literally was hyperventilating. You could hear him. I was watching a Snap story at the same exact time, and that was really cool, just, like, knowing he was right there. I just couldn't get out of line because I wouldn't have my spot anymore. So there was that. It was just more of the Morphe store workers were too nice, where people would go into Morphe to shop around, but they would stay in there for so long, and no one had a time limit for how long you could be in there. And Jeffree's meet and greets were in Morphe, but it was in a separate location. It was like there was a curtain, and he was behind it, and he didn't really come out that much, just because for safety reasons, really. And he obviously couldn't meet everyone. There was at least 1,000 people there. There were so many people in the mall. This mall was huge. It was lined through the entire top portion of the mall. There were just lines wrapped around in every, like, location. So it was just really the Morphe store workers. They wouldn't kick people out for being in there for so long. Since Jeffree was in there, people would just stay in the Morphe store waiting in case he would pop his head out or something to, like, get a video of him or something, which, you know, there's nothing really wrong with that, but there'd be chunks and chunks of people just standing there for, like, an hour in the Morphe store when they can't let new people in unless people come out. And I really feel like the Morphe store should have, like, had a thing where it was like, oh, like, you are in the Morphe store to shop for their Morphe products, you know, like, it's Morphe. So you obviously know what you're going to go and you know what you're going to get. Like, it's a popular online brand. Like, that's what it is. It's online, and now they have a store, so obviously you probably know what you're going to go in and find. So they should have had, like, a time limit, like, no more than 30 minutes in here, no more than 20 minutes in here. And if that happened, we definitely would have gotten in. We couldn't have stayed because we lived 2 hours away from where it was. We had dinner reservations at 6 p.m. that we could not miss. And we were in line for 7.5 hours, and from where we went up to go look to see how far it was, and we had a solid, like, 2.5 hours left of waiting, and we could not wait at all, because we had to be in dinner in 2 hours, so we had to leave right away. But it was just really the Morphe store workers not really cracking down, but it was just so fun just being able to be there. Like, the lines weren't to meet Jeffree. The lines were to go into the Morphe store, and there were random people selected to meet Jeffree. There were 2 separate lines. So it was the Morphe line that was a little messed up is what it was, not the Jeffree part at all. I love him with all my heart. I'm a huge supporter. Just had to put that out there because in part of the vlogs, it was like in the heat of the moment and I seemed like really annoyed, and I was so annoyed because I had not had food or water for like 5 hours straight at that point, and it was just not great because the food courts were lined with people trying to get it, and like you had to make sure like one person would stay in the spot in line, and then like you wouldn't get yelled at going back into line and that type of thing. This is a very like low quality type of video. I normally try and do one with my background or whatever, so if you're new to this channel, I normally do makeup looks and stuff like that. But I just wanted to film this experience and upload it. I thought it would be really cool just to show what I was in. I just kind of wanted to document it and post it. If you all enjoyed today's video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe down below. I'll have all my social media links down below, like my Twitter and Instagram, so you should go follow me on there. I'll have all of my links down below in the description box. So yeah, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye guys.